Welcome back everyone to part 44 of my Animal Crossing New Horizons series. Last episode we went ahead and completed the entrance part of our island. Today I'll be going ahead and completing the cliff that's right next to Ace's house. I'm super excited about this since I do have an idea. I think it will work. The only thing left for me to do is go ahead and try it out on the island. As it is a new day, we have a broadcast from Isabel once again. This time we have Flick on our island, and I sadly don't have any bugs to kind of sell, so I guess we're just gonna ignore Flick for now. Anyway, let's quickly go ahead and check out the mail for today. It's also surprising to see rain. This is the first time I'm seeing rain in this island. I have not seen raining season offline as well, so this is pretty cool. I guess rainy season is coming up, so we will probably have more rainy season coming up. Anyway, we don't really have anything new, just two presents which I'll go ahead and quickly open. Both of these are items that I did actually order from Nook Stop, so I did get them. I guess we can actually go ahead and use them in today's episode. Now, since it's raining outside, I did decide to go ahead and use my raincoat as well as the red rain boots that I own. This is an outfit that I got from all of my villages. So none of these items I actually bought. I guess the cap is something I bought, but I'm not really sure. But the other items were actually gifts from the villager, which is very helpful since it is raining today. Anyway, here is my island that we did design in the last episode. As you can see, it does look super cool when it rains. I guess I should say this. My island looks better when it's raining as well as when it's nighttime. So probably I will be doing a tour of this island when it is night. But as you can see, all of my trees have grown. I have made some more changes. I guess most of them were just placement of the flowers, but I am trying to add this flower bed here. I was just not satisfied with how it looked, so I did go ahead and remove it. As for everything else, I think it looks pretty good. I guess usually the island will look better once the trees are grown, so that you can go ahead and redesign them, which in this case is so true. As you can see, I did change up a bit more in the upper layer over here as well. And here we have our upper path. I still have a bit more, I guess, island designing to do, which we're going to go ahead and do right now. The first thing is to go ahead and add some dark dirt path right behind this tree. I was just waiting for the tree to kind of grow up to its full size before I do start laying down the path. And now that we have it almost, I guess, grown, this is the time for me to go ahead and add these designs. I'm also going to go ahead and speed up the video just because of the fact that just laying all of these designs do take a lot of time, and I might do some mistakes, which means I have to recorrect it. And I think speeding up the video actually helps it a lot. As for the patterns, I think this one actually looks good. There we go. Now that we have that completed, let me quickly add a fence here. I really like fence and I really like adding it behind a tree. Anyway, in this episode, I'll be trying to design this pond. It is a private pond for Ace since he is currently occupying this house. And I think I just want to have a path that is going around the pond and having a small area to kind of sit and fish. That is the idea that I just got when I was playing this game. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. Hopefully it will look good. I'm also planning on adding some starter plants on the other side of this cliff, that is back side of the house. Maybe we'll be able to do that once I do complete the path itself. As you can see, I am once more using the stone path. After using it yesterday, I was super happy with it and I just decided to go ahead and use it in this one. I think it's super cute and will definitely look really cool. As for this windmill, I think I'll go ahead and place it behind. This is a really good place for it, so this is where I'm gonna have it. As for the windmill, I am trying to kind of cover up the resident services building with it. I don't want to have a direct visual of that building when I'm on top of this cliff. Even though we might be able to actually see it, I think I'll go ahead and cover up all of this area so that we don't really have to worry too much about the building itself. Since we are here, I'll quickly check out resident services building as well as Nook Stop for today. Hopefully we do have at least one new item. I mean, for past few episodes, we really don't have anything new to buy. Other than the items that I have been ordering for the island from Redeem Nook Miles. Of course, we don't have anything. I mean, I'm not really trying to use the castle gate, so I really can't buy it. I'm really hoping for a pine tree though. Hopefully the game will generate it, but I guess I do have to wait for that. Anyway, I think that's all for now. I could definitely go to the catalog and order some stuff, which I'll actually quickly go ahead and do. But other than that, we really don't have anything. This reminds me, there was a couple of items that I have in my storage which I wanted to actually use. The first one is actually a log bench, which I think will look good in front of this waterfalls right here. There are a couple more changes for me to do on the other side of the riverbed, so let's quickly cross the bridge. I really enjoy talking to my villagers when I am working like this. I think they do have some interesting dialogue, and definitely it's pretty fun to listen to. Anyway, the first thing I did was remove the flower right there, and I'm still not kind of satisfied with this row. I mean, I really like the trees as well as the shrubs behind, but the front side just does not look that good, and I'm just trying to kind of save the design right here. Not really sure what to do with this. I mean, if you guys have a suggestion, go ahead and let me know in the comment section, because I'll try that out. But for now, I guess the only thing I can do is go ahead and let it be. I mean, in case if I do get any ideas offline, I'll try it out, but for now it's gonna be the way it is. Now, as for the swing that you might have just seen me try and place there, it's one of the main objects that I do want to use in this episode, but I'm not really sure where to actually place it. I really like its design, and maybe we'll be able to place it around this house over here. Right here, I was able to place a evergreen ash, which is an item I got in my current island. This is the first time I'm actually seeing this item, and I think it looks super cool. So I'm just gonna go ahead and place it right there. I also did go ahead and place a clothing line, which I think is quite helpful. I'm not really sure how to design the back side of it, but let me try designing from the other side of this point and see how it goes. I did have this small log stool, which I think will actually look perfect. I mean, I wasn't really sure if it was gonna work out, but I think that will look super cute. As for this one here, I decided to go with a country fence. I might actually switch the country fence on a later stage, but for now, the fence looks good. Let me go ahead and start designing the path. I'm gonna go ahead and mix in some flowers with the stone path to make it look much better. Over here, I decided to go ahead and plant a tree. This is to kind of block out the resident services building. As you might have known, I did mention this one before, and I definitely still want to block the building itself. And using trees, I think, is an easier way to kind of hide it. Let me go ahead and plant a cedar tree at the end right here. And I guess we do have to wait for them to grow before I could make any more designs. But at least let me go ahead with the path for now. Now, I have been trying to find the code for this path, and unfortunately I'm not able to actually find it. It's a bit of a trouble, but I definitely want to share this code with you guys if any one of you want to try it out. I'll try to see if I can find it. Hopefully I will. Anyway, there we go. I'm just gonna have one lane of the rocks here, just as a path, and for the other part I'll go ahead and plant some shrubs and add some fences. The one thing I did is go ahead and craft around 5 to 6 types of fences, and I must say I really do not like the spiky fence though. I'm not really sure if the way I'm using it is wrong or the placement is wrong, but for some reason the spiky fence does not look good. Let me know in the comment section if you like spiky fence or which kind of fence you actually like. In my case, it would definitely be the country fence as well as the lace fence, which I think looks super cute. Now that we have laid the path right here, I'll go ahead and fill up the rest of this small area. I guess kind of fill it up to make it look good. There is a bit of an issue though. This whole cliff actually does go all the way around, and I do have to plant some shrubs or some starters around here. I'm planning on actually trying to add some starters to kind of have easy access to most of these items. Maybe I might need them to kind of craft some food item in the later stage. So I think having these would definitely help. The next thing I want to do is go ahead and design this part of the cliff. Now I haven't really completed designing the pond itself, but I am waiting for the trees to grow before I can complete it. So we're not going to touch it for now. I think we'll go ahead and plant some trees around this cliff itself and see how we can actually design this area. I guess I definitely do have to time travel a bit more before I can actually do anything, but this area of the cliff is something that I definitely wanted to work on. Alright, I think the swing looks super cute, especially when we have it at this height. Once we have a couple of trees planted around this swing and kind of block it, I think it will look good. By the way, the house that is behind us is actually Midge's house, and I want her to have a hot water bath area as well as a swing area, and that's what I'm trying to kind of create here. I won't be able to completely design it since I do have to make sure that my trees do grow up. So I am gonna just plant a couple of trees and move on to the next day to kind of see if it did actually work out. But here we have the trees. Anyway, I still have a couple of things to kind of do here. I am adding a bit of fence so that we don't really go down from the side of the cliff itself, and plant some more shrubs as well as some trees. Right here I did decide to go ahead and plant a bamboo tree, which is something that I never use on my island. Usually I do get a lot of bamboo shoots from different islands, but I always forget to actually plant them. For this island, I do have a small area where I want to have a bamboo forest. I am not sure if that's going to work out, but definitely it is in my, I guess, list to do, and I should see if it will actually work out. I decided to go ahead and visit the store before I do end out this episode. So let's quickly go ahead and buy the items that I might need. Alright, I guess I'll go ahead and buy all the 3 furnitures today since all these 3 are newer ones. Before I move on to the next day though, I still have one more thing to do, and that is to go ahead and take a photo of the entrance of this island. Anyway, let's quickly go ahead and do that right here. Alright, here we are at the entrance. As you can see, when it is raining, it looks super cool. I did go ahead and add a bit more filters. Once I do have the full island completed, I'll go ahead and take some photos of it so that you guys can see it as well. But this area right here looks super nice, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a photo of this. After all, these photos are the only memories I'll have in case in the future if I have to reset this island. Alright, here I am in the next day. Let's quickly go ahead and check out what Isabel has to say. And it seems like we have Gulliver on the island. I'm not gonna go ahead and find him right now since we are focusing on designing the island. Let's quickly check out the design. if the trees have grown. If so, then I think we'll go ahead and make some more changes. As usual, I do have some items to take from the mailbox, but unfortunately my pocket is actually full, so I'm not really sure if I can have all of these items in. Oops, never mind. Let me quickly go back, change my outfit since it's not raining anymore, and clear out my mailbox as well. Alright, here is today's outfit and I really like this one. I think it looks super cute. Let's quickly go ahead and clear out the mailbox. I did get around 3 of the items, but there's still one more left. I have gone ahead and cleared up my pocket a bit more, so we'll be able to go ahead and get this last one. All of these items I think I definitely need since I am designing the island. But for today we'll go back to where we have made the changes and see how it actually looks. I think designing each of these areas would actually take 2 episodes, just because of the fact that we have to wait for the trees to actually grow and see how it actually looks once the tree is actually grown up. Right here I once again tried to see if I could make some changes for this entrance. I am not really sure what's wrong with this area. Maybe it's the line of trees that's available here, or if it's just that the items that I have placed around here. But anyway, the cocoa tree does look good in that area, so I will actually keep it there. As for this one, I think I'll go ahead and make some more changes. Mostly I will go ahead and try to find some items that I can actually place at the entrance. I'm also planning to have 2 yachts that is right next to this area. After all, this beach is quite small and I think this is a really good place for me to keep some vehicles that I did order. There we go. This is what it's gonna look for now. As you can see, I haven't really made any changes for the other part of this path, but I think it is still pretty good. As for the pond right here, both of the trees have grown up, so I think we do have enough space for both of them, which is really good. And right here, when I was trying to build the fence, it seems like Mitch has something else to talk about. So she definitely wants to spend some time checking out our house, which is the first time Mitch is actually asking me, so I'll go ahead and accept this request. There we go. I guess I do have to tell this, I haven't really made any changes on my house yet. I definitely have to rearrange all of the items in my house. I might do that at some point, but not in this episode. Maybe once we do have at least half of the island designed, then we could come back and change my house before I go with the other designs of the island. Now right here we are just playing a game and let's see if we can actually win this one. As usual, the first draw of the card is actually a high number. This is really good. I'll be able to just go ahead and select the low number option. I think having 9 is a very difficult probability. So there we go. We have actually won it. Usually it is easier to win this game rather than the card game that we do get when we have to invite a villager on our island. Right here, Midge wants to check out the other rooms of this house. So I'll go ahead and show the basement as well as the upper floor room. Let's quickly go ahead and make our way there. I do have to apologize, the room has a mess amount of items. I haven't really placed them in a correct order. There are items that are not supposed to be here, and there are items that are just randomly placed because I actually had them. So this is my current kitchen or my current basement. Alright, one of these days I'll go ahead and make it a proper kitchen and remove most of these items which really are of no use, especially the watch stand, that is the display stand right there, and the display case for the painting. Let me go ahead and quickly make my way to the upper stair room as well. The upper room I think is a bit better. I mean, once again, I don't really have all the items that I require, but at least this room is better than the basement. I mean, we do have some items that do look good. Either way, I think I do have some really good items in the storage, which I actually bought after I set this room. So I'll be able to go ahead and make some changes. Anyway, that's all with the mids right here. I guess we don't really have anything else, no other special dialogue. So I'll make my way down, and I guess we can actually move out to go ahead and continue designing our island. It's usually surprising to see the villagers actually want to visit my house, and when they do, I usually try to kind of have them in my house for a bit longer before I actually ask them to leave, or if I try leaving. I think this is mostly because I really enjoy the villages on my island, and even if it is in between me just designing the island, I take some time. Anyway, we are back here. I'll definitely go ahead and remove this one right here and place a starter. I think I still have to make some more changes, but I'll wait until I do finish this part of the island before I make some changes on the other items. As for here, I'll quickly go ahead and plant some starters over here as well. Like I mentioned before, I definitely want to have a variety of plants growing on my island. In case if I do have to make some kind of vegetable or a fruit salad, I think this is quite helpful, and I think it will look good. Either way, I think it's helpful. But right here, I definitely want to add the potted plant starter, which I think I have. I'm not really sure where it is though. I definitely have to clear out my pocket, which is something I should have done while I was back at home. But either way, I think it's still pretty fine. I'm not going to do too many changes in this episode. Like I mentioned, I definitely want the trees to grow up a bit more before I complete designing that part of the island. And with the way it actually looks right now, I think it looks super cool. This reminds me, I definitely have to check out the swing or the bench that I actually placed on the top cliff right there. Let me actually make my way there to actually check it out as well. I have been planning to drop some of these tree branches. I'm not really sure if we can drop more of them, but there are a certain amount that we can drop down without causing any issues. But of course, if you are planning on dropping some items on the ground, I would recommend just checking out with visible ones to see if the rating of the island has reduced. Sometimes if you do have too many items, the rating will actually reduce, which is a bit annoying. But I think for most of the islands, as long as you have 5-star ratings once, you'll be able to find the special flower growing on your island. Anyway, right here, I did go ahead and check out Nook's top just to make sure that I have the Nook Mile bonus going on. After all, it is one of the easiest way to get Nook Miles on a daily basis, and I think that is super helpful. As for today, we do have the cypress bathtub. I think I'll be able to use this one. Definitely a really good item right there, so I'm gonna go ahead and buy it. As for the others, I don't think we have anything important. We do have some of these Nook Mile tasks that I could complete to get more Nook Miles, but I'll actually wait it off for now. Currently, my Nook Miles amount has been increasing, and I think I'll save up a bit more before I start spending on some of the items, especially in the Redeem Nook Miles option. As for the bathtub though, I think it's a perfect item in front of Midge's house, so I'll go ahead and actually place it. I think I really like the color of this item, and it might go very well with the trees around this area. I'm also planning to go ahead and plant some shrubs behind the house. There's a bit of more area over there, but I don't think it's enough for a tree though, so I think we'll go with shrubs for now. As for this bathtub, I'll go ahead and move it a bit more to the north, In this case, I have to destroy this rock right here. The rocks though, I actually don't have a place for 5 rocks in this island because I never thought it through for this one. So I'm not really sure where I'll actually place them. Each of these houses do have their own designs, such as this bathtub right here. So I might have to see where I can actually fit the 5 rocks that we have on our island. Anyway, that's all on the bathtub right there. I think this is pretty good for this episode. We have designed 2 new areas, and I think we have to make a bit more time traveling to design a bit more, which I'll do in the next episode. Before we end out this episode, I see that Timmy or Tommy, whichever one it is actually coming here for coffee. I thought they were actually child characters in this game. I'm not really sure if we're supposed to be giving coffee to children, but this is a weird one. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like and subscribe to my channel. If you'd like to support me more on Patreon, check out the links in my description. And I'll see you guys in the next one.